In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the third method to solve a perfect square trinomial, specifically to solve a quadratic problem. All of our problems today will have an x term that has an even coefficient. This will allow us to do a special method called completing the square. I'd like you to think with me. Take half of our middle term and square it and add it to both sides. So in this case, half of 6 is negative 3, and negative 3 squared is positive 9. And so, what is x squared minus 6x plus 9? If we factored that by our pattern up here, that's going to be x minus 3. The minus 6x squared matches with the minus 3. Our next one, we take half of 12 and square it and get 36. 6 squared is 36. And so we take x plus 6 times x plus 6 will give us x squared plus 12x plus 36. On our third one, we have x squared minus 10x plus what? Well, we have to think to ourselves, we're subtracting 10x, we take half of 10 and square it to get positive 25. Can you think what goes in the binomial squared to get this problem? It's going to be x and a 5, and since it's a minus 10x there, it's a minus 5 there. Our fourth and last one, we take half of 30, which is 15, and square it and get 225. And that has x plus 15 squared on our binomial squared. So to complete the square, we're going to follow the process listed below. I'd like you to read through this process carefully, and then we're going to take a look at the next page. I've given an example below that we're going to solve. It goes like this. We're going to take the 12 and move it over to the other side. Notice, remember, if something changes sides, it changes signs. Then we're going to put in plus blank to each side. And we're going to complete the square like we did above. Half of 8 is negative 4, and negative 4 squared is 16. So notice we add 16 to both sides. We now write the left as a binomial squared and simplify the right. Then we take the square root of both sides, the square root of x minus 4 squared, that parentheses by the way should be right there, and the square root of 4. When we take the square root of both sides, we have to remember that it's going to be about two answers, both a plus and a minus. So we have x minus 4 equals plus or minus 2. We now split this into two parts and solve each successive one, giving us our two answers of 2 and 6.